Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. You can tell, right? Guys, if you did not know, we just hit our first mega milestone here on YT. We are over 1,000 subscribers. Oh my goodness. Guys, I owe you guys so much. Oh my goodness, I can't even begin to thank you enough. But guess what? That is gonna be for another video. I promise I'm gonna bring you guys a proper thank you appreciation video. All right, stay tuned for that. Now let's jump into today's video. So as you guys already saw from the title of this video, we're going to be making some homemade hot pepper sauce. Yes, it is really delicious and it can go with a lot of your meals. Okay, now we're going to start by washing our airtight container, and I'm using a mason jar. I've washed it thoroughly and I'm going to let it dry out. Okay, you need this container to be really clean and absolutely dry. You don't want any moisture in there because it's going to make your pepper go bad, even if you put it in the refrigerator. So I'm just going to let that get dry and let's get on cooking. Okay, so these are the different peppers that I'm going to be using today, and I will walk you through them. That's our red bell pepper, and that's really big and it's sweet, and I got more assorted sweet peppers as well. Okay. And over here, I got some dried chili, and I got these from Aldi. They come dry, so I had to soak them and then open it up and took out all the seeds. This is what the pack looks like. Okay, it's really tasty. You will eat these when you go to like a Mexican restaurant, and it just adds a really good taste to your pepper sauce. If you've never tried it, you can try it now. Okay. And here is the star of the show. These are so hot, I had to cook this outside. It is so hot because I didn't want to be sneezing. So as you can see, I have different assorted colors, and they actually bring in different taste to our pepper sauce. That's why I'm using these. Okay, and we're also going to be needing some oil. I have some vegetable oil. You can use any oil of your choice, but I recommend a light flavored oil. If you're using olive oil, just use a light olive oil. Okay, so you don't get an aftertaste on it. All right guys, let's get going. These are the spices I'm going to be using today. Over here I have some fresh garlic. I got fresh ginger. If you don't have fresh, you can use dry, like the powder form. And I got some onions, and this is going to give some body and texture to our pepper sauce. And next I got some Maggi and salt to taste. You can just use salt. And I got some smoked paprika. It's going to bring in a lot of flavor. That's some cayenne pepper, more heat. And that's my chili lime seasoning. Now this is our secret ingredient. You need something citrusy to help preserve your pepper sauce and make it last longer even when refrigerated. Okay, and this is perfect because it's dry, and we want a dry stew. We want dry hot pepper sauce. Okay, so this is going to help us achieve that while also keeping away any moisture from our pepper sauce. Okay. Alright, so you would also need gloves. Oh my goodness, if you do not wear gloves, you are going to hate yourself after making this pepper sauce, because that heat is going to make your hands so hot. Yes, please do wear some gloves, guys. Alright, so I went ahead and took off all the stems of the peppers, and as you can see, I did not take out their seeds from their scotch bonnet peppers. If you cannot tolerate a lot of heat, you can take out the seeds and the white membranes from their scotch bonnets. I want all the heat, so I did not take them out. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and blend in all my spices and the peppers in my blender, and I'm going for a rough consistency. I want some body to my pepper sauce. You can make it smoother. It all depends on what you want. All right, it's a matter of preference. Okay guys, so I'm done blending all the peppers and the onions, and this is what it looks like. This is the texture that I was going for. So now I'm gonna go ahead and get started with cooking. All right, so in my pan I'm gonna add some of that vegetable oil, and I'm adding enough oil to be able to fry it. Okay, and the oil is also gonna help to preserve the pepper sauce because it's going to keep it covered. So you're going to have the oil as a layer covering the sauce, and you're going to have the lime in there. That those two combined will give you a longer lasting pepper sauce with really good taste as well. Okay, so it's a win-win. You were never going to lose in this pepper sauce. All right, so I just went ahead and put it in the oil. As you can see, my oil is not really hot. I did not wait for it to get hot because I did not want to be sneezing. These peppers are so hot. I was already sneezing when I was blending it. As you can see, I left a little crack in there so I can let steam out. And 10 minutes later, this is what it looks like. As you can see, it's bringing out its own moisture. I did not add any drop of water to this pepper sauce, and that's exactly what you want. No moisture in here because you do not want it going bad. Okay, and this usually can last for weeks in my refrigerator. So I wanted to give you guys an update on my gardening. If you guys don't know, I've been doing a little home gardening, and it was mostly tomatoes. And let me tell you, the squirrels have not, oh my goodness, they got me so pissed. They were eating all my tomatoes. I was so mad. Like, you guys don't even pay rent here. Why you think it's okay to just come in to somebody's house and eat my food? Okay, enough of my ranting. So we went on and got some animal repellent, and we were able to take care of that. And this is my harvest so far. Actually, I have some already in the freezer. So as you can see, some are already ripe. And on the other hand, those are not ripe. I had to take them out because the squirrels almost finished them. So I had to take them off. Okay, I had to harvest them even before they were ripe on the plant, because once I let them get ripe, they would eat them. So can you see that? Yes, this is what I've been dealing with, but it got better after we applied the repellent around the perimeter of the plants. Okay, all right, so right here I got fresh mint growing. Yes, I got some mint growing, and it's doing really good because I love mint. I put it in my tea. You can put it in your marinade. It's really tasty. All right, we also had to add in this little fence, as you can see, just to keep the animals away. All right, because man, I put in so much time and effort into these plants, and I was not about to lose it all to these creatures, okay? Okay, let's move back to our pepper sauce, and it's been simmering on low heat, and this is what it looks like. You can see that a lot of the moisture is already drying up. Exactly what we want. Make sure that you're frying it on low heat, medium to low heat, because you don't want any of those peppers and especially the garlic burning, because burnt garlic is going to make your food taste really bitter, so you don't want that. So just keep it on low to medium heat and keep stirring it constantly so that you're sure that the bottom is not burnt. Okay, so I'm adding my paprika over here and my cayenne pepper. And here comes my chili lime seasoning. And that's my salt. So you want to be careful with that because the chili seasoning is already very salty. Okay, so just use enough salt to taste. All right. And by the way, when you're making these kind of dry stew, it tends to get salty really quick because it's so dry. There's no moisture in it. So a little goes a long way. Just a quick tip to share, all right? As you can see, the oil is floating to the top, another indication that we are almost done. But I'm gonna add one more spice. This is my herb. That's some fresh thyme. All right, that's my fresh thyme. And adding it at this point when you're almost done, like I always say, you are gonna be guaranteed freshness, okay? Freshness guaranteed. That's what it is. So I like to add my fresh thyme at this point. You can also add rosemary, all right? It would really give it a good taste. And I turn my heat down to really low. I'm using a gas burner, and I turned it down to the lowest. And at this point it's done. I just want to let it get really dry so I'm sure that there's no moisture in it. And we're all done, guys. This is really tasty. I just leave it in my refrigerator and take it out whenever I want to eat. It can go with rice, it can go with your stew, especially if you have kids and don't want to put a lot of spice in your cooking. You can always add this on the side and enjoy yourself. If you are watching this video and you have not subscribed, please do consider subscribing. Yes, join the Mensa team. We are growing at a fast pace. You don't want this train leaving you behind. So our pepper sauce has cooled down completely, and my jar was dry, and I just transferred it in there. You can see the oil on the top. You can just leave it as is because you're just gonna scoop it out with a dry spoon whenever you need to eat some pepper sauce, so you're not really eating the oil. Or you can simply drain it, but I like to leave it there because it just acts as a layer over it. That way the sauce is not exposed. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. Please do give it a try if you've never made your own pepper sauce. And thank you again for being a part of my family, and stay safe. I love you all.